Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over some of the things that help me to read more. So if you are looking for, I think I have 5 total tips to help you read more, fit more reading into your life, this may be the video for you. So the first tip I have for you is half read more, half read faster. So this is something I think I've been doing pretty much my whole life. I have a book and then I have, you know, the bookmark, and I go, okay, I want to read approximately 50 pages. So I'll move it up 50 pages, and it just sort of helps me to go faster when I see an obvious end point. And you know, sometimes I don't even end at that point. Sometimes I'll just move the bookmark another 50 pages. That's sort of how I read on a day-to-day basis. I have a approximate ending point. Whether or not I end there, it sort of motivates me to get through those, say, 50 pages faster. And I definitely recommend starting at like a 50 page mark. Definitely don't aim for 100. And if you're aiming for 100, that's cool too. Just move the bookmark twice. It's a smaller goal and it makes you feel more accomplished when you get through it. The next tip I have for you is to prioritize reading. And it sounds so obvious, but sometimes I don't even do that. Sometimes I will prioritize whatever needs to get done, whereas my reading doesn't necessarily need to get done. I sort of prioritize it a little bit more now that I have a booktube channel, because I can't really be a booktuber if I haven't read anything. So but in general, I try and set aside at least an hour a day to read. If I can't accomplish an hour that day, sometimes I'll set aside an additional half hour the next day just to sort of start to make up for it. I will have days where I don't read at all, and then I'll have days where I do nothing but read, and I kind of sort of balance it like that. But I think if you just set aside maybe an hour in the morning or an hour at night before bed, that will help you sort of get into a routine where you're reaching for your book instead of your phone, either in the morning or at night. Next 3 tips are for people who are like me and are kind of mood readers. The first tip that I have for you is, if you aren't enjoying a book, don't read it. Do not be like me. Do not force yourself to get through a book, because that will put you in a reading slump, and then that's the opposite of reading more. In addition to that, if you have to get through this book, like for example for a book club or for whatever reason you just need to get through the book, my recommendation for those situations and in general situations, audiobooks. You can throw on the audiobook and go about your business, whether it's like cleaning your house or driving somewhere, or you know, doing something creative like coloring or diamond painting. You have the option to listen to the book that you may not be enjoying physically, or on the flip side of it, you may just not have time to physically read, so you need to do audiobooks. Regardless, I think that if you are somebody who typically reads physically, you should start incorporating audiobooks. And you know, we can get into a huge large conversation about whether or not audiobooks count as reading. And if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would have said no. But today, the way my life is now, if I can sit down and listen to an audiobook on 2 times speed and get through an hour and 30 minutes while I'm folding laundry, that's a good day, man. That is a good day for me. The final tip that I have for you, and the one that's probably the most far out, is read a book when you're excited about it. A lot of times we will either see a book on Goodreads, or we'll get recommended a book through BookTube, or it'll be a new release and we'll just be so excited to get that book, and we buy it. We buy that book. We buy it. We buy the book, and it sits there on your shelf because you maybe have a set list of books that you need to get through first, and so that book just goes and sits on your shelf. And then at the end of it, you have the book that's on your shelf, and something inevitably will always take precedence over it. So then you just have a cumulative list of books that you were once excited about, and now they're just kind of on your TBR. In addition to the fact that you're also probably more likely to actually get through a book when you're excited about it and not have to put that book down because you're not feeling it. So I hope that this short little video, I think it's 5 tips that I gave, 5 tips. I hope that you can use those in your life. I know I use them every day. If I used to be an absolutely I will not DNF kind of girl, but now I will put a book down for something that I'm more excited about, or for something that I'm feeling a little bit more in the moment, just because I have been in a year-long reading slump and I don't ever want to go back. So I guess this is a sort of like a threefer: how to read faster, how to read more, and how not to get in a reading slump. So I hope that you enjoyed some of these tips. If you have any tips for reading more, reading faster, or preventing reading slumps, leave them down below. I think that is a fantastic resource. I would love to read all of your tips in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like me and would like to see more from me, please hit subscribe. I would be so happy to have you. Alright, I hope that you are being safe, washing your hands, taking care of yourselves. Bye guys.